there. Welcome to Here's What I Learned. I'm Jackie Hayes, a systems strategist, unapologetic, smutty romantasy lover, Dungeons & Dragons geek, and your no BS guide to building a business that works for you. This is the place where we swap stories, share lessons, and get real about the highs and lows of creating a life and business that actually feels good. No cookie cutter advice here, just honest conversations about what's working, what's not, and how to rewrite the rules to fit your version of success. So grab your favorite beverage, get comfy, and let's dive in. Welcome to Here's What I Learned, the podcast where we rethink how business gets to feel for creative solopreneurs who want clarity, not chaos. I'm Jackie Hayes, and today we're tackling a big one: how to create more space in your business without hiring a team. Not everyone wants a team, and not everyone can afford one. And honestly, that doesn't mean you're doing it wrong. Maybe you've looked into hiring a VA and your stomach dropped at the price. Or maybe you've had help before and it felt like more work than it was worth. Or let's be real, you just like being solo like I do. You didn't start this business to become someone else's manager. But business culture says the next level up is always a team. More delegation, more infrastructure, more. What if you could get out of client chaos without managing another human being? Today, I'm giving you 5 concrete ways to do just that. These are systems, not staff, that can help you reclaim your time and energy, starting now. First off, when I say systems, I don't mean a fancy tech stack or a multi-step automation sequence. Those are just pieces of a system. I'm talking about all the interacting elements you need to complete a task. We have systems in place for all those repeatable things that need to get done in our businesses. You have systems in place right now. They just might not be intentional, or they may no longer work for you. So here are 5 shifts to buy back your capacity. Number 1, automate your boundaries. Let's start with this truth. Boundaries don't just live in your head. They need a home in your systems. When you're overwhelmed, it's often not because you're doing too much. It's because you're saying yes when you meant to say not right now, or let's be honest, no. Here are 3 practical ways to automate your boundaries. Number 1, calendar buffers and limits. Set up your scheduler with capped daily sessions, buffer between calls, and clear availability windows. You don't need to explain why your Thursday is blocked. It's blocked because you said so. Number 2, auto-responses that set expectations. Use your email autoresponder or CRM to clearly communicate your response times, your office hours, or redirections. So, for example, thanks for reaching out. I review new inquiries twice a week and will get back to you by X amount of time. And number 3, smarter intake filters. Add qualifiers to your inquiry form: budget range, project timeline, service needs. This not only sets expectations, but gently filters out misaligned leads before they take up your mental bandwidth. So here's a mini challenge for you. Where in your business are you still acting as the boundary enforcer when a system could do it for you? Now, the second shift you can make is preloaded communication. Let's call this what it is: writing once, using often. This isn't about sounding robotic. It's about making sure your future self isn't constantly reinventing the wheel when your brain is already maxed out. When you preload your communication, you take care of your clients and yourself. You can start with building templates for emails you send all the time, like onboarding, project kickoff, deadline, check-ins, and offboarding. These don't have to be dry. Write them in your voice. Leave blanks or prompts to personalize where it makes sense. And then store them in your CRM, a simple Google Doc, or even on paper. Whatever makes them easy to access and reuse. Now, why does this work? It removes the emotional labor of figuring out what to say when you're already tired or behind. It keeps your messaging consistent, clear, and confident, even when you're not feeling those things. And it frees up your mental energy for what actually requires your creativity, like design work, strategy, or content. Think of these as compassion in advanced messages. You're not being lazy, you're being thoughtful when you have the space, so you're supported when you don't. The next shift is fewer offers, clearer energy. Let's make this simple. Every offer you manage is a project in itself. It's not just the service you deliver, it's the sales page, the scope, the onboarding emails, the offboarding flow, the tech setup, the price conversations, the proposal templates, and the mindset switch it takes to jump between them. So if your service menu has 5 options, what you really have is 5 micro businesses. Here's what happens. You start customizing everything, you lose track of what's included and what's not. Clients get confused, you feel scattered, your systems never quite fit. It's a recipe for burnout, especially if you're solo. So let's get practical. Start here. Audit what you're offering right now. List everything a client could possibly buy from you, then ask, which of these actually sells? Which one drains me, even when they sell? Which ones are easy to deliver and get great results? Then pick 1 or 2 offers to keep. Ideally one that's lower commitment or fast wins, and one that's your signature service. If you love customization, give yourself structure inside the offer. Create a flexible menu of options within a defined container, not a new proposal every time. Bottom line, fewer offers and clearer messaging, stronger systems, easier sales. You don't have to say yes to everything to stay booked. You just need to say yes to the right things more often. All right, number 4, project management that works for your brain. Forget the startup culture pressure to optimize with 17 different tools. If your project management system is stressing you out more than supporting you, it's not working for you. Here's the truth. You don't need Asana, ClickUp, or Notion to feel on top of your client work. If digital dashboards drain you, ditch them. Instead, ask what helps you stay present, focused, and clear. If it's paper, use paper. Print out your onboarding checklist. Create a physical folder for each client. Keep a project timeline in your notebook or on a clipboard. Need to customize? You can create a reusable onboarding flow and print one off for each new project. Or you can use sticky notes on a wall if that's how you best see the big picture. Or even a whiteboard or desk calendar can act as your project HQ. So why does this work? It matches how your brain naturally processes information. It doesn't rely on Wi-Fi or remembering which app does what. It's grounding and visual, which can calm the overwhelm of context switching. So here's my permission slip to you. You don't have to use a tool because everyone says it's the best. The best system is the one you'll actually use. And that brings us to our last shift, the weekly CEO date that grounds your business. This is 30 to 45 minutes once a week where you stop reacting and start reflecting. Not for catching up on tasks, but to actually lead your business with intention. Why this matters? It's how you make aligned decisions without the pressure of a full inbox or back-to-back Zoom calls. It gives you space to notice what's working, what needs support, and where your energy is actually going. So how do you structure your CEO date? Start with review. What worked this week? What didn't? What felt energizing? What felt heavy? Then refocus. What's actually important next week and what's just loud noise? And then recalibrate. What can wait, be simplified, or supported by a system? Track your insights. Use a simple doc, journal, or voice note. You'll start seeing patterns, places where boundaries need more support, where your offers are misaligned, or where a system is doing or not doing its job. And make it yours. Brew your favorite drink, play a soundtrack that makes it feel spacious, not stressful. Choose a setting that feels grounding, your porch, a cozy corner, a coffee shop, wherever you feel comfortable. This isn't a performance review, it's a check-in with the most important person in your business, which is you. So here's your key takeaway. Your weekly CEO date doesn't just help you stay organized, it helps you stay aligned with your energy, your values, and your vision. So let's take a breath before we close. If you're feeling the weight of client work and the constant pressure to scale through hiring, this episode was your permission slip to choose a different path. Don't have to add people to your team to feel more supported. You can stay solo and still reclaim your time, your energy, and your clarity. You don't need a team to feel supported. You need systems that are actually designed for the way you work. Thanks for hanging out with me on Here's What I Learned. If today's episode gave you an aha moment, a laugh, or something to think about, make sure you're subscribed to my email list. That's where I share even more tips, stories, and behind-the-scenes insights to help you simplify and thrive. And remember, you get to do business and life your way. Until next time, keep experimenting, keep simplifying, and keep learning.